This week we take a look at some of the best trailers to come out of E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo held earlier this month in Los Angeles. Whether you want cutesy platformers, hardcore shooters, in-depth role-playing, or just something fun you can play on the bus, we've got you covered. This is Player Attack. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen, and earlier this month we headed off to LA to check out the hive of sensory overload that is E3. Over the course of the event, we sat down with some incredible people to chat about what they've been up to, we spent some quality time with a few exciting titles, and we watched a lot of trailers. So, while we'll kick off our interview coverage next week, we thought we'd ease back into things with a look back at 10 of our favourite E3 moments, all in trailer form. First up, arguably the biggest game of E3, this one was everywhere. You could hardly walk a step inside the convention centre without being coated in spiderwebs, and happily, the game lives up to the hype. This is Marvel's Spider-Man, in the works at Insomniac and out in September, exclusively for PlayStation 4.
Everyone just quietly go back into your cells and lock the door behind you, okay? Please?
Spider! Teach him to mess with me! Get him down here! Incoming!
Like fish in a barrel. That doesn't sound good. Oh, hi, Rhino!
Hope you like surprise, Spider!
Surprise? What is he talking about?
Hey, what's your status?
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I've put away in the last 8 years. No biggie.
Electro must be working for someone. Keep up.
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
Something very different, but no less bombastic, comes to us from the Xbox side of the fence. It's been a while between drinks for the Gears of War team. We last spent time with the Phoenix family back in 2016, but they are back now with a vengeance. No, wait, that's not a vengeance, that's Gears Pop, which features Funko Pop vinyls in a mobile-only spin-off. Predictably, it's been getting almost perfectly polarised responses. But what about this one? This is Gears Tactics, another spin-off for the series. This one is a turn-based strategy affair set 12 years before the original Gears of War. Controversially, this one is headed only to PC, thanks to the team at Splash Damage. And finally, after all that, Gears 5 really is a proper game for the franchise, slotting in sometime after the events of Gears of War 4 and focusing on Kate Diaz as she explores her history.
Something's happening to me. For months now, I've been having these dreams. Nightmares. But I think they were messages.
It's your grandmother's? There's a place up north. I think we can find you answers there.
Where are we going?
Back to where it all began.
Are we the hunters?
I need to know the truth.
Or are we the prey?
She'd never be our enemy by choice, I know that. But what if it's not her choice? The necklace? That's a locust symbol.
I want it out of my head. I want it to stop.
Katie,
Mom!
cut me loose. Please.
This is a wild game of survival.
Up next, 3 big games we didn't know about this time last month, promising some big scares, big mysteries, and big name fights. Welcome back to Player Attack's trailer retrospective of E3 2018. I know I said we'd be showing off some of the best bits of E3, but I honestly do not like this next trailer, although plenty of people do. I am the first to admit that I'm a bit of a scaredy cat and I'm not really fond of horror games. Honestly, I kind of hoped that this one was going to be a sort of mouse eye view of an adventure game, but that thought was dashed pretty quickly with the stunning, startling reveal of Resident Evil 2, a remake due January next year for PS4, Xbox One and Windows PC.
Jesus Christ.
Money's in my account.
Always a pleasure.
Attention, all citizens. Due to the citywide outbreak.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
Whatever it takes to save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Need info on my extraction. Survival's your responsibility.
God damn it.
Moving right along, and I don't really know what to say about Jump Force. This ridiculous mashup from Bandai Namco celebrates the 50th anniversary of the classic weekly Jump magazine and throws together some of the world's most well-loved manga heroes all into one supercharged 3v3 action game.
Jump Force.
Playable characters have already been confirmed from Dragon Ball Z, One Piece and Naruto, but the source material also includes things like Bleach, My Hero Academia and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so we don't think all of the surprises are out of the bag just yet. But speaking of surprises, the weeks before E3 each year inevitably become a bit of a minefield of leaks and premature announcements. This year though, some secrets really were kept under wraps right up until the last moment. The last we heard from Remedy Entertainment was an April Fool's gag about switching career paths into the coffee industry, but the Finnish team has been quietly working on a project codenamed P7. And finally, after teasing us with the concept for more than a year, the curtain was lifted, the lights were turned on, and all the other cliches came to pass as we got our first look at the incredibly intriguing Control.
The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals. You can keep traveling deeper.
This time around, Remedy is exploring a more open world experience, promising a less linear narrative than we've seen from the team in the past. It's been in the works now for more than 2 years already, and it's due out sometime next year. After the break, we check out something a little bit lighter because E3 isn't all about shooting, fighting, and manipulating reality. E3 in years gone by has been dominated by ultra-violent games with release dates so far in the future it was kind of difficult to get too excited about them. This year though, these two titles took a very different approach, both in terms of content and release window, starting with Unravel 2, which was announced and released on exactly the same day.
Kingdom come, till kingdom come, my kingdom come, my kingdom come. The sea waves are my evening gold, and the sun on my head is my crown. I made this kingdom on my own, and all the mountains are my home.
While the simultaneous reveal release the day before E3 started did mean this adorable co-op puzzle platformer might have been a little bit swamped, but now that the dust has cleared, I'm looking forward to settling down and spending some quality time with Yanni. And on a similar note, the new one from Don't Nod has just launched this week, and you'd better believe The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit is very close to the top of my to-play list. It's a familiar-looking graphic adventure narrative experience telling an all-new story that plays out within the Life is Strange universe.
You're drinking beer?
I don't need a lecture from my son.
I always get picked last for the team at school, and they never throw the ball to me.
They can't tell stories like you can they?
No way. Start the launch. Too late! Emergency!
You're too weak to fight me.
This time, you won't get away from me.
He was gonna get it done. It's alright.
I miss Mom's smile.
Me too.
Nobody's friend.
You're probably gonna change the world.
I hope so.
I know so.
Captain Spirit is here!
While I can understand that not everybody might want to play as a young boy who lives a rich double life as an imaginary superhero, this one hits a bunch of the right notes, and it is out right now for Windows PC, PS4 and Xbox One. And did I mention it's completely free?
The Elder Scrolls speak of the past and the future. Now, Skyrim looks to the future, to its ultimate version.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climb it.
Now, Skyrim and life become one.
A mud crab scuttles towards you.
Fusroda!
I didn't catch that.
Fusroda!
I didn't quite catch that.
Fusroda!
Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde.
What happened?
Fusroda. That's the command for knocking things over.
Is there a command for picking shit up?
Haven't reached that level yet.
Don't write that one off as a joke either. That Alexa skill is 100% real, and you can play Skyrim Very Special Edition right now with just your voice. You don't have an Amazon Echo? Don't worry, you can also play it on your iOS or Android device. Some might say, though, that Skyrim Very Special Edition wasn't Bethesda's biggest reveal of the show. We already knew about both Rage 2 and Fallout 76, but the studio had something even more exciting up its sleeve. This is a tiny glimpse at Starfield, Bethesda's first new IP in 25 years. even though this list isn't in any particular order, stick around after the break to find out my 2 absolute favourite E3 highlights. They just might surprise you. Back in 2013, Polish developer CD Projekt Red, best known for the Witcher series, announced that it was working on something new inspired by a tabletop game from the 90s. Fans around the world were, to put it politely, more than a little bit excited. But years passed and we heard nothing more, prompting us all to wonder if it might have been a weird mass hallucination or if the project had simply fallen into development hell. Then, at E3 2018, we were given a glimpse at exactly what CD Projekt Red has been working on with a brand new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. And yes, the wait was worth it.
So choose the games you want to play. There are worlds to be saved, heroes to be made, and legends to become. Together. Thanks, and have a great E3.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues, sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else. Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion. But it's there, just around the corner, and it keeps you going. It's a city of dreams, and I'm a big dreamer.
But while all eyes were on the games with the big budgets and the big teams and the big history, one of the most exciting games that I saw at E3 was literally a minute-long teaser tucked into the Xbox press conference with no further explanation. It's called Session, it's by the tiny team at Creature Studios in Montreal, and it's already enjoyed a super successful Kickstarter. If you've been waiting for an open-world skateboarding experience with a killer soundtrack, we found it for you, and it's coming to Windows PC and Xbox One in 2019.
They say I'm like Bruce Willis, unbreakable, die hard. True sickness, put this mic on the tripod. But I'm not Chow Yun Fat Dig, I'm still a pillar of stone. Blows into your skull, lash on your whole militia like I'm Hannibal. Imagine you the antelope and I'm the king of the jungle. Animal instinct, phenomenal stamina. Just think about a man on the brink of insanity. And it's me, you not a rapper, you a movie star. Checking who we are, be the booty tall. Molotov cocktail, checking you'll get scored as who regardless. A marvelous, majestic, nope. all my power harness shit. My spoken word like a Voltron sword. And these poems close to arsenic, every madly, deadly comes.
The powers that be,
it's in you,
it's in me, and MC, that's all we know.
The powers that be,
it's in you, it's in me,
in MC,
that's all we know. The powers that be, it's in you,
it's in me,
and MC,
that's all we know.
The powers that be, it's in you, it's in me,
in MC.
Obviously, we couldn't cover everything or even mention every game on show, but that wraps up Player Attack's 10 of the best from E3 2018. Thanks for watching. Next week, we've got 2 very different interviews to share with you. While at E3, we caught up with the teams from Coldwood Interactive and Panic Button, so we've got the lowdown on both Unravel 2 and the Nintendo Switch edition of Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. And if you like what you see, they're both available to play right now. In the meantime, you can catch us at playerattack.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. And if you've got something you want to say, send us an email, mailbox@playerattack.com, or just hop on our forums. Also, if you want to support Player Attack, you can find us on Patreon and help us bring you the latest in gaming news, plus all these wonderful interviews and reviews from the world of video games. Till next week, I'm Jessica Citizen, and this is Player Attack.